What's going on, New York Giants fans? Welcome back to another video. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or a video drops. Appreciate y'all coming back for another New York Giants video. In this video, we're going to talk about the signing of Matt Skura to the practice squad. We're going to talk about some practice notes, some stuff that went on today, and also some practice squad stuff towards the end of the video. But obviously, stay tuned. The New York Giants signed Matt Skura this morning. He is a center and offensive guard, played for the Ravens a good portion of his career, just finished up the summer with the Miami Dolphins. They cut him in a surprise move, a move that shocked everybody, at least Dolphin fans, but obviously he is now on our practice squad. In 2016, he did cross paths with Daniel Jones at Duke. He was the quarterback, and Matt Skura was the center. So obviously there could be some relationship there. There could be some chemistry there. We'll see what happens. Obviously, Skura is still in the practice squad. He's not elevated onto the active roster yet, but that could be a thing that happens in the future. Now, in his career, Skura has given up a total of 5 sacks and 9 quarterback hits. Specifically in 2020, he gave up 1 sack and 10 pressures. And then going back to 2019, he gave up 1 sack and 7 pressures. Just to go into specifics here, in 2017, he started a total of 12 games, played in 12 games. He played all 16 and started all 16 in 2018. 2019, he played in 11 games, starting all of them. And then in 2020, he played in 15 games and started 12 games. Now, something to note here, obviously he is listed as a center, and he actually played there with the Dolphins this preseason, but I think it was last year where after 3 snaps, his starting job was gone because he was having some bad miscommunication with Lamar Jackson regarding the snaps. He wasn't snapping it correctly, doing whatever, but I think afterwards, I want to say they either put Bradley Bozeman or Patrick McCarry in. So obviously there's a thing to note there. Hopefully the Giants can actually just, push the snapping woes out of the way. But the thing I like about what the New York Giants have done in the last couple of days is all of the guards they have on the roster right now, except for Will Hernandez, can play center. Shane Lemieux obviously took snaps before the draft last year. Billy Price has made some starts at center. Ben Bradison has played center from time to time, not really with the Ravens, but I think he's versatile, and I think he could go to center if the Giants need him to. I think he played a little bit of center at Michigan, not too much though, at least from what I heard. And then you obviously got Matt Skura right now. Just some general thoughts. I honestly really like this move. I wanted him as a backup center going back to free agency when the Giants didn't have a backup center. It was Jonathan Harrison and Nick Gates. And I'm like, Jonathan Harrison, but he may be a roster cut, whatever. That was at least my thought at the time, but Matt Skura signed with the Dolphins, and now they cut him, and now we have Matt Skura. But I thought, obviously it was a good move by the New York Giants, and if Shane Lemieux is not ready to play Week 1, or he is ready to play Week 1, Matt Skura could still be protected, and they bring him onto the roster. Maybe he plays as an extra offensive lineman. Same could be said with the other practice squad guys, so we'll see what happens, but just first reaction, I really like this move. Offensive line depth, once again, good job front office. Dave Gettleman, Joe Judge, whoever is to be credited with this. They've done a hell of a job within the last 3 days of getting some solid depth, especially at the offensive guard position and center as well. So real quickly, I'm going to transition here from the Skura subject to stuff that happened in practice today, some notes. I'm going to go off 2 tweets, one from Art Stapleton, one from Ralph Vacchiano. If you guys can't see this, I'll just read it out anyway. So, in terms of the Giants offense update, I'm going to go to Art Stapleton's tweet and then Ralph Vacchiano's tweet. Giants offense update, Saquon Barkley, Kenny Golladay, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, Kadarius Toney, and Kyle Rudolph all working in full pads during media viewing period. Then for Ralph Vacchiano, Evan Ingram isn't practicing today, but running back Saquon Barkley, Golladay, Toney, and Rudolph are all out there from the start. Also to note today, Jabril Peppers delivered the first hit on Saquon Barkley since he tore his ACL last season. So obviously, he'll probably be getting more hits in practice and stuff like that. That's a good sign that he's taking the hits well, or took the hit well and didn't get injured or anything else. It's great to see that all the other weapons are practicing. Slayton had a minor injury in the Patriots game. Um, Kenny Galladay obviously didn't play in the preseason. Same could be said with Kadarius Toney. So, I'm not worried at all. I think all these guys can play in week one. In terms of Evan Ingram, we'll see what happens with him. Obviously, he's had a calf injury before, and, people could say, oh, it's a preseason, whatever, but, this could have happened in any other game. Let's be honest with ourselves. And if he's not out there week one, listen, we have a short week. Maybe he plays in week two. And I'm honestly confident in the tight end room. Kyle Rudolph, obviously a big red zone target, and Caden Smith, who's showed a lot of promise within the last 2 years. And it's not just about, oh, well, this, that, and the other thing. But my main point is it's about availability and how these guys are used. Obviously, we saw a lot of curl routes and comebacks last year, but hopefully these guys are used correctly and we could beat Denver week one, but that will probably be a discussion within the next week, going up to the preview and stuff like that. So real quickly, I do want to share something with you guys that I just found out myself, and I don't know what the beat is doing. I don't know who they're relying on for their sources, but it seems like the Giants have not finished up making their practice squad for some reason. I'll read you some of the official moves according to the Giants site. Jackson Barton, Jake Burton, Matt Cole, Nakia Griffin-Stewart, Jake Hausman, Brett Hedgie, Nico Lalos, David Moa, David Sills, Willie Henry, Kenny Wiggins, Sandro Platzgummer, Damian Willis, Matt Skura, and Chris Myrick. I don't know how many that is, but we also got word yesterday that Dexter Williams was one of the guys that was joining the Giants practice squad. A few other guys. Trent Harris is apparently supposed to be rejoining the practice squad, which is a good thing for the Giants' pass rush depth. But we'll see what happens. I mean, honestly, it's been a whole shit show, just with this practice squad thing. But it's not too major. Obviously, I give it to the Giants for the offensive line depth and just filling out the practice squad with reliable veterans and players with a high ceiling and depth also as well. And just as a note out there, the Giants players have off 3 days this weekend before returning to work on Labor Day for a late afternoon practice. And then obviously they have off on Tuesday, and Wednesday through Friday will be spent trying to prepare for the Giants-Broncos game happening that Sunday. So if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops up for your jobs. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming back. Peace out. See you later. Stay cool. Go Giants. Go Yankees. All right, New York Giants fans. So as I was watching college football, the New York Giants have finally unshambled their roster moves in terms of, like, we didn't know who was on the practice squad before, we didn't know who was, whatever. So it's finally sorted out. The New York Giants have added Trent Harris, Dante Pettis, Dexter Williams, and Brian Lewerke to the practice squad. 3 of those 4 guys were with the Giants during training camp this summer. Dexter Williams was with the Green Bay Packers. They also released Nakia Griffin-Stewart, Jake Burton, and Brett Hedgie. All 3 were with the Giants in training camp this year. So you take a look at the full practice squad: Brian Lewerke, Dexter Williams, Sandro Platzgummer, who has the exemption, Dante Pettis, David Sills, Damian Willis, Matt Cole, Jake Hausman, Chris Myrick, Matt Skura, Jackson Barton, Kenny Wiggins, David Moa, Willie Henry, Trent Harris, Nico Lalos, and Jordan Peters. So a lot of offense on there. Only 5 defensive players. If you want to consider Matt Cole a defensive player, you can, but the offense, in terms of depth on the practice squad, still overhauls the defense, or at least beats them in terms of how many players there are. But quick update for you guys. Peace out. See you later. Stay cool.